Hello and welcome, Pisces, to your first reading with me for January 2024. Let's see if we can open mental doors and look at things from a different perspective. That one definitely wants to come out. Okay, just a little bit more of a shuffle. We're going to look at the astrology a little bit, the moon, full moon, new moon rather. We'll look at the full moon later in the month. And then we're going to look at the oracle cards and finish off with the romance angel or loving connections, and then the tea leaves as the last window to send messages through. Okay, for Pisces. So I hope you had a good festive season, and I wish you a happy new year as well for 2024 as we go into the Chinese year of the wood dragon. So I don't know if that's very compatible with your Chinese animal. Obviously it depends on the year you were born. Okay, so I'm going to keep the staff cards straight down until we get to that at the end so they don't distract me. Right, okay. So the immediate, so you've got very dramatic cards here. Wow, you've got three out of the 6 cards here. You've got half of them are major arcana. What's going on, Pisces? Okay, so you've got the 7 of Pentacles, which is taking stock and wondering if where you've been putting your efforts in, is it worth your while? You know, what the comeback on where you've been applying yourself, is it worth it? Are you happy with what you're getting, what the returns are? Or are you thinking you might invest and start planting seeds in a different field altogether? With the Temperance card, that's sort of saying that you're quite level and measured in your in how you're looking at things. Okay, it's a very it's quite a diplomatic energy with this. Okay, it's like blending energies. Okay, for a proper response. So I think you're very measured in how you analyze your situation, Pisces, which sounds very clinical for a water sign, and often Pisces you're quite dreamy, but yeah, I feel like you're being very level. Okay, in amongst all of this drama. Okay, so at the base of the spread you've got the Death card, so you know something has absolutely come to an end in your life. There's a complete cycle that's finished, and it might have finished quite abruptly. It's like the end, done. It could be to do with where you're living actually as well. But you know, with the ending of something comes a fresh start. So it's like the forest has, you know, been burnt to the ground, and then it's time for the new buds of life to start coming up again. You know, life finds a way. So something is coming brand new, but you might find that there's a vacancy somewhere in your life. Yeah, it might be, that might be partly what you're deciding about, where something's finished. It's like, well, where am I going to invest myself now? Where do I put my energy now? Okay, so we can see you've got this lovely energy where you're feeling passionate with the Ace of Wands. So that is where you know, talk about new shoots of life where the forest floor, you know, might have been burnt. There's definitely new life coming up. It's finding a way. Yeah, let's see where that goes. At the top of the spread, there's this dramatic energy of the Tower. So some of you might be finding it's to do with your where you live. I mean, I know we've got dramatic weather around. If that's, I hope that's not your situation. But with the Tower card, that's, you know, that is very dramatic about where you live. I mean, it could be your office space, but I'm not particularly feeling that. It feels more. Well, we'll see. It feels more of an emotional response that you're having to whatever this dramatic change is. But you know, with the Tower energy, your life might feel like it's gone turned upside down. Okay, your values, for example, and your beliefs could go through a dramatic overhaul through this experience. So yeah, really analysing your what's important to you with that 7 of Pentacles there. You know, everything's turned upside down. As you go forward, you've got this 10 of Wands, so feeling like you're nearly there, but there's a lot on your shoulders. Okay, I mean, there is a destination ahead. You're nearly there. We'll see from the other cards how that goes, but I mean, I feel like some of you might have taken on something and it's kind of almost exploded. It's just gone beyond your wildest dreams about how much it's changed your life, because you started with what you already know was the Ace of Wands, and that's kind of before all of this happened, this dramatic changes, you know, about your life being turned upside down. And then now you see yourself, you've kind of taken on too much. It just feels like it's blown out of proportion, and it's kind of like, how do I deal with this, as you know, Pisces? So as you go forward, how are you looking? You're resting. Okay, I don't blame you after all that drama. The 4 of Swords, so that's like, you know, you might be praying and manifesting how things are going to be rebuilt and what you would like in your life. and looking for that balance. Yeah, you're thinking about that and how you'd like, thinking about healing and recovering, um, and wanting to be in tune on all levels. Okay, you're blending your human nature with animal instincts when it's next to that temperance card, I feel. So you're maybe training yourself or tuning in on some level to have this kind of deeper understanding. And you might be connecting with a guardian in some way. You might feel that someone's spirits around you to help you through this dramatic time, because certainly is dramatic and you feel very overwhelmed. I'm sensing here. Oh, lovely. You've got the sun card. Okay. um I mean, it could have been about, on the one hand, it could have been about some dramatic truth that came in. um Something's been exposed. I mean, obviously when the castle or the tower falls down and dramatic change comes in with death, everything will feel rather exposed, and you might feel a bit vulnerable. So with the sun shining, there's nowhere to hide with this. But also, I'll see what the next card is. It feels like you're going to feel replenished and revitalized after this period of rest, which was necessary after some drama, very big significant changes in your life. Hopes and fears. Got the Judgment card. You're going to take control, okay, on some situation in your life. Yeah, it's inviting you to where in the past you might have been coping and dealing with the cracks in the castle wall and noticing things needed patching up. Maybe you weren't really looking at that too much. Your focus was elsewhere. Now it's saying to you, you're going to really live a much more meaningful existence. Okay, you're deciding that you're going to um, embrace a new era. Okay, and you're going to be living a much more it just feels much more it's significant and alive and full of vitality, especially being next to the sun. So I feel like you are rising up and living a much more meaningful existence, from somewhere that you've been where it did need to crumble. It just was finished, long before. And isn't that great? There might be three of you as you move forward and build a new future with the Three of Pentacles. So, I mean, if it's a work situation, maybe there's a team of you and someone needed to be let go of or something, and you might have needed to move offices. If it's in a domestic situation, the same again. You're rebuilding and starting again, maybe with, three of you as you go forward to rebuild your lives, because it's very dramatic change. I mean, this is like moving house. This is like, yeah, divorce, or somebody in the family, moving away, or change in someone's health in some way, sort of dramatic change. Should we take one more clarifying card about the I think the Sun card, because it's the most powerful force for good in this reading. So I mean, they're all forces for good, especially if something needed to change. The Tower and the Death card, obviously, you know I just think about, disease and dis-ease, and then that needs to be recovered, doesn't it, when there's dis-ease, to move towards a more ease, more ease and downstream, as in Abraham Hicks. So let's look at the Sun card. Can we have a clarifying card, please, for Pisces? For the Sun, why is the Sun card here? Or show us more of this lovely energy of the Sun. What does the Sun shine light on, and how's that affecting Pisces with that Sun card? More of the Sun. Yeah, look at that. It's exposing some truth. That's what that's saying to me. It's not going to be the same for everyone, but I feel like maybe something was built on untruths, and then the sun has come out and really exposed it. There's no hiding from this information that's come in, and it's dramatic. It's kind of like, I can't carry on with this. Yeah, it's like someone hasn't been honest, and it's crumbling. It's almost like you've got poor foundations in a castle, and it's kind of been patched up a few times, but then suddenly a storm surge comes in and the whole castle just falls to the floor. So yes, somebody is not being honest, and I feel like the sun has come in to reveal that, expose some truth in some way. So let's look at the major. Far better to move forward and rebuild from a place of honesty, isn't it? Should we just have one more card? One more card. After the truth is exposed, how does it look for Pisces? After that truth, show us how the future looks as they rebuild with the Three of Pentacles, please. One more card from this deck before we look at the Oracle cards. Wow, you probably do need to take some time out, Pisces. Have a rest. Give yourself a chance to go out and walk in nature and just be at one with nature. There's two cards that want to come out there. Really take care of yourself and you know, wear a pair of fluffy socks that are your favorite. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I think I've got to cover her up because she's got her bosoms showing. Okay, even though it's an adult channel. Page of Cups. So you're going to have some lovely surprises along the way in this new life you're rebuilding. And the World card is conclusion. Okay, it's completely done. Something's finished. I mean, that's reinforcing that Death card. You know, that is an ending, a final huge chapter in your life. And then with the World card, it really is saying, you know, you've reached your goal with this. It's not going any further. There's wholeness here. Yeah, it's unification of the inner and outer activities. So you know what you've experienced in your inner life, it's really concluding where you're going to be in your external, you know, where you find yourself coming for the next chapter, big chapter in your life. Okay, I'm waffling on a bit here. Let's look at the energy oracle cards. A beautiful one here of the rabbit. So it's saying recognize your significance. So maybe you've learned a lot about yourself through some dramatic change. Archangel Gabriel, I mean, maybe you've been the anchor to keep what's left of a castle or a tower that's fallen. You know, maybe there's, you know, you've managed to keep some stability throughout this massive change, and you've realized your strength. Okay, Pisces. And then we've got the citrine crystal, which is beautiful as well. You see, yeah, it's look at the white dove, and it's sort of sitting on top of the world for peace. It feels like there, doesn't it? It says unnecessary worries, release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions, or whoever your God is. That's really lovely advice. Actually, we easily can kind of try to be strong, can't we, and feel like we have to deal with everything, but actually hand it over to the universe. Obviously do the best you can, but you can't do everything on your own, and there's always people around to help as well, Pisces. So do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you're being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. So whatever it is you want to do to rebuild your life, you know, the judgment that you're making about how you want to start again, with family, it looks like it's up to you. There's a blank canvas, but you need to obviously put the paint to the canvas to repaint or recreate this picture the way you want it to be. So yeah, put the actual work into that. Okay, Pisces. And then let's look at romance. I'm not sure if there is romance here, but we'll look at the romance angels for this Pisces reading, for the first reading with me in January 2024. So we've got that new moon in Capricorn on the 11th of January, and that's in your 11th house, Pisces. So you might be finding there's significant shifts in your friendship groups, your how you work as a team with other people, your social life, and then, like, you know, they say teamwork makes the dream work. So it's how you fit into a team, and you know, what's your, well, realizing you're significant in that team, but your role might have changed in some way, because this is massive change here. Maybe where in the past you maybe felt like you're in the shadows in the past, and not living life to the fullest. There's going to be an opportunity now with this huge shake up where you are going to be pulled out of the shadows and you're in the sunshine, as you move forward. Okay, rebuilding something beautiful. Okay, romance angel for, but you're going to have to put the work in to rebuild it the way you want it to be. Restructure your ideal life. Okay, manifesting. Okay, I'm going for the top card. You deserve love. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Especially when you've been through some major shake-up. You are lovable. So I feel like there's love within this reading anyway, between family members or supportive, you know, friends. But yeah, somebody's focusing and manifesting where they'd like their loving energy to go. So finishing off with the tea leaf cards now for Pisces. It's a really good reading actually, and whatever you've gone through, it will make you stronger. Okay, Pisces, because that's been very dramatic for some of you. Obviously, it's a general reading; it's not for everybody, but yeah, it's very powerful actually. I'm feeling here somebody's been shaken to the core about some revelation. Okay, so we've got not unsuccessful plans. Oh, and then bat, take care, enemies are working against you. Oh, wow. So I mean, that was, for me, that feels like this card here. I'm going to have to take another from another deck, but definitely get advice, okay, from professionals, and just you know, keep things tidy. Don't take risks with anything, you know. Get advice and communicate with people about whatever's going on around you if you feel like something's not good. And worst case, you know, extract yourself from that situation. You can trust your intuition, Pisces. If something feels very negative, you might want to just, well, maybe that's what you're doing as part of that judgment. You know, you've realized that. I think that's what's already saying here. Maybe something was unsuccessful because it wasn't built on firm foundations. Okay, and then you're realizing somebody really wasn't your friend. They were working against you, and that might be part of that Seven of Swords energy, whereas the kind of tricky energy there. And that could be what shook your world. You know, you thought that someone had your back and then they actually didn't. So it's moving on from that, and you are doing that. The sun has come in, there's truth now. You've realized this truth about somebody who maybe was two-faced or something like that. Could be in the work or in, you know, some of you it's a family member. Yeah, there's been a revelation where you've realized what you're dealing with wasn't what you thought. But yeah, I think this has already been fully made aware, and that's why you're taking time out to rest. You know, if somebody's kind of experienced a betrayal, it's exhausting. Yeah. Oh, okay, so we've got two more here. Doing something risky and taking a chance. Okay, interesting. And great passion. So I don't know, it will be different for everyone. I mean, the tiger in the Chinese Year of the Dragon, I believe, is very lucky. So I don't know, you might have luck on your side here, doing something risky, taking a chance, and great passion. So follow your passions, it feels like here. I mean, obviously within reason. But I'm sending you so much love and light, Pisces, and do take some time out to rest. You obviously need it from this awakening that you've realized you're coming to terms with, but it will make you stronger as you move forward. Okay, and manifest your new future the way you want it to be, with loving people around you. Okay, you're not on your own. There's three of you there in that manifesting card as you go forward. Sending you so much love and light. Look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.